All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the show today, we have the chairman of the Young Progressive Party, and YPP, if you know the political party, has been making showings in our election calendar. So I do the honors. Introduce yourself. You know, a lot of people have been hearing about YPP, but they don't even know that the YPP is your brainchild. And what was the prospect as YPP when you started the party?
Thank you so much, my brother, my friend, Mr. Rufai.
Yes, sir.
First, let me start by appreciating the fact that you have come and added great value, in our democratic dispensation. My name is Comrade Bishop Amachree, like we earlier said, by the grace of God, the national chairman of Young Progressive Party. And I'm happy that I am here, because I don't believe in this mentality of if you cannot beat them, you join them. So many people will say, if you can't beat them, you join. That is to say that I should join the aristocratic structure of the PDP and the APC that have, held this country, led this country into comatose. The YPPs, what gave birth to YPP was the reality, that is before us. We all know that we are faced today with a lot of political, disorder. Many of us have been politically injured in this country, whereby the right people that we are supposed to see in leadership and governance are not the ones that are coming in place. They have what I call political entrepreneurs have taken over this political space. There are no more ideology in our politics. And we felt some young group of young persons, led by myself and some few other comrades, on around 2016, sat down and agreed that, look, we just have to do something new, something bold, something innovative. And that's why we celebrate. We go for highly cerebral young people, men and women, great patriots of this country, that are willing to come and salvage the situation that we have found ourselves today. So the YPP is a movement, is what I would call a POM, people-oriented movement, who we are driving the cause of nation building to bring up on board highly cerebral young persons that are in tune with global practice, where we can have a nation, not just rulership, but leadership. Because, like I said earlier, we continue to have transactional leaders and not transformational leaders. This country needs transformational leadership. And it is only when we go all out and look at what can we give to our country, not what our country will give to us. This spirit of patriotism must be one of the, driving force of whatever we think about nation building. And the business of nation building is a multi-stakeholder obligation of every citizen. But no matter how good you are in driving, if you don't have a vehicle, you cannot drive. So that's why we came up with the ideology of the Young Progressive Party.
Okay.
So that we will have a political structure, political platform that we can use in standing away these mediocre, these political entrepreneurs that are always called political Yahoo. They are even more injurious than this hush puppy and hush, whatever you call. Because they are politically who continue to deceive the people and cut away people's money, take them outside the country, and go and build your other countries' GDP, while our people are doing suffering here. No social welfare, no sexual amenities, and we'll continue to celebrate these people that have led this country to this level.
Okay. I mean, you've said a lot, and in 2019 election, you provided a presidential candidate, Kingsley Moghalu. What was the experience like, at that presidential elections in 2019?
Thank you so much. I would say it is an amazing experience, and another also, if you look at it in a broader perspective, I would also say it's a learning curve. I learned a lot. 2019 was my first experience of leading a political party to a general election. And of course, I saw the ups and downs of it, the pros and cons of it. Kingsley Moghalu is one of the best brains we have in this country. He ran under this party. I single-handedly encouraged him to come and join the movement. When when I crossed path with him, I saw a lot of quality in the young man, and I feel that this is the kind of breed that resonates with the Young Progressive Party ideology. Moghalu came, and don't forget, 2019, we were one of the political parties in this country, that meant well, are serious-minded people, because we meant well for the country. Yes, we might not have, all the money bags and whatever thing, because the problem we're having in this country today, and let's be realistic to ourselves, the followership have their own problem. The leadership have their problem, while the followers also have their problem. Look at what is happening today. This issue of vote buying or vote trading, what I call it, vote trading. The man who buy and the man who sells his vote, they are trading something to the detriment of the well-being of this country. So while we continue to cast aspersions or to hold our politicians responsible, we should also look inward the other way and also act, interrogate the followership. At what point have they decided to compromise our national?
So what you can I adduce from what you're saying, that what you learned in the 2019 election is that if you don't have money, you can't really play a major role. Because Kingsley Moghalu, I'm not sure, got up to 20,000 votes.
You cannot really play, no matter how ideological you are, no matter what you have. If you don't have money, the truth of the matter is that anywhere you go campaigning, the people will be asking you, waiting be our own now, waiting you bring come. Oh boy, waiting you bring come. That has been the question I've been battling with. Anywhere you go, they ask you, oh boy, waiting be your own. All of them are the same.
So would you say, as Kingsley Moghalu didn't win in 2019, would you say it's because of the money that Ifeanyi Ubah has that made him win in 2019?
All right. Let me tell you why they are scenarios of these two different scenarios. Let me tell you, Ifeanyi Ubah has built his political capital and social capital over the years. Right?
Yes.
Ifeanyi Ubah is into humanitarian gesture. Ifeanyi Ubah has been serving his people. He has been working for his people, even though he has been a veteran politician in the state. He has been running for governorship position. Not until now, his first goal was this YPP when he won under the platform of YPP Senatorial District of Anambra South. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Ifeanyi Ubah has the financial strength to mobilize. There are two things you cannot take away from politics: mobilization and publicity. Now, what power those things? It's logistics. Ifeanyi Ubah has the well-to-do, has the resources to mobilize the people.
So in the end, it's a money thing. So what you're saying is because Moghalu didn't have that kind of money, that's why he couldn't do anything.
Moghalu is a technocrat. You don't expect him. It's a salary earner. It's a technocrat. So the kind of money that is required to push, to power drive the process, Moghalu does not have such kind of money. And I also don't blame him, because this is a man who said, I'm offering myself to you, my people. If it is a country where you have followers who believe that they should also, like I said, the business of nation building is a multi-stakeholder obligation of every citizen. Now, what are you doing in contributing to this business of nation building, you, the follower, so that you hold your leaders responsible when they get there? Now, I will never support anybody who will go out there to be conversing for vote and be saying, I have so naira to give to you. It means that, and that's the irony of it. People don't even understand. How can somebody who is preaching the gospel of wanting to come and serve humanity, wanting to come and serve you, will have to now be buying you, will have to now be bribing you with money?
But a lot of people will also argue. A lot of people will also argue that money makes elections go around everywhere in the world. So That why is it that
money,
you've not been able to raise the
I
needed
agree
cash?
with you, my brother, but not to the extent of going to buy the vote. That's what I'm saying. Money should be put into campaigns, rallies, surveillance, at the town hall meeting. Even if you want to give people money, it what stops you from going to communities, and then you look at what are the needs of those people in that community.
So what now led to Kingsley Moghalu leaving your party? Because in the next election, he went to the ADC. Is it that your party doesn't have the capacity to retain people?
Okay, now I tell you something. One thing that is sacrosanct in life is change. Change is permanent. No condition is permanent. Kingsley Moghalu, we are operating under the constitution of our great country that allows, that section 40 of our constitution, that says every citizen has the right of freedom of expression and, of course, freedom of association. So politics is not a religion. It is only a religion. I have a Christian, for example. Even on gunpoint, if you point to me gun, I will never denounce my being a Christian to another religion. I would rather die in Christianity. But in politics, it's about interest. People will tell you that at some point, I have lost interest in this particular association that I belong to. So therefore, I move forward to another. You can blame people on that. Moghalu was with us, and the next time he says, I don't want longer to be with the Young Progressive Party. And we allow him to go. But the truth of the matter is that Moghalu left YPP, but he never left with the fortune of the Young Progressive Party. YPP has been moving from grass to great. If you study the in our political spectrum now, what is happening in Nigeria, you agree with me that we're making a lot of exploits. Oh. Look at Akwa Ibom.
Okay. But before I come to Akwa Ibom, you still tried with Ifeanyi Ubah to campaign for the elections in Anambra, but you didn't win. Maybe because, like you said, his money and political clout was not enough to beat the likes of Mr. Soludo. So let's go to Anambra, and we also like to talk about your presidential candidate. Let's go to Akwa Ibom. Gershom Bassey. A lot of people will now argue with you that your political party, Hope, is not just a safe spot for politicians that feel disgruntled with their own political party, and they come and use your platform as a SPV just to run, just like it was in the case of Ifeanyi Ubah, because he was not originally a YPP person. He just used your political platform.
Okay, now I'm not giving you. I think if I will reverse back a little. I also made that clear. I just told you that as human beings, we are political animals. We can move from A to B, C, D, E, F, or whatever. Okay? Provided, and what by the definition of politics, what do they talk about politics? The quest for power. The quest for power. So now interest comes to play. Interest is the highest, living vocal point of it. Now, and I must commend Ifeanyi Ubah. That is why our ideology is different. A lot of people predicted that Ifeanyi Ubah was going to leave YPP after the election. But here is Ifeanyi Ubah today still in YPP contesting under the party again for Senate. I think he deserves a round of applause, because that means he is not the same kind of conventional politician, or let me say political entrepreneur, like I said before, who only go to where they think that will serve their purpose. The party, the YPP, is not an SPV party. It's not a special purpose vehicle political, platform. I would rather tell you that the YPP is a solution-driven vehicle, SDV, solution-driven vehicle. And only men and women who have this ideology of a solution to the problem that will bring on board into the Young Progress. That's why we don't just go for people. We had all the opportunity to go for some other politician, but we look at, the credibility and incident of people before we approach them. We don't just approach you because we want them to come and contest under our party. The case of Akwa Ibom, when you go to Akwa Ibom, just take a trip to Akwa Ibom and you look at the kind of political wind, tsunami that is blowing. The people are saying, we own the power and we're going to decide who govern us. This time around, equity must thrive, justice must thrive. And let me give you the word of Thomas Jefferson, one of the great American presidents, who said, if injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes a duty. So the people are saying now, it is time for Oba to be the governor of, and then why will Oba remain in PDP if justice is not being meted on him? All he needed is to go to another place where you have time solace and provide to him this platform, because no matter how good you are in driving, if you don't have a vehicle, you cannot drive.
So that's why you are pushing Gerson Bassey now. So what do you think are Gerson Bassey's chances in Akwa Ibom? Do you really think he stands a chance? A lot of people said, yeah, he's been able to put YPP on the map, but how much ground will he be able to cover?
Take my words to the bank, my brother. If politics is about people of noble character, people of competence, people that are there to come and serve humanity, I tell you, there is no any other candidate in Akwa Ibom that can beat Urban Bassey. The man has served his people. The man has continued to serve his people, and he's saying now, how can I serve my people if I don't have political power? I want to come and do something different from what has been done over the years. Nobody is casting aspersion on others who have come. They have had their own opportunity. But what I'm saying is, as we drive into the 21st century, we are all going towards that direction. We need young men and women of great, intellect, men and women who can come and serve their people without any questionable character. Oba has been one of the persons, even during Akpabio. You can check it. You can go back to history. Somebody who served Akpabio, and he saw what Akpabio did in Akwa Ibom, and he served him for 8 years as the commissioner of finance.
Okay, so you are pushing.
So the chances of Young Progressive Party in Akwa Ibom, if there is anything like 101%, I stand on that path.
Okay, so you guys are pushing Gerson Bassey big time, and that's your candidate.
I'm not just only Akwa Ibom. Take a trip to Abia State, where we have 2 young men and women. Look,
who do you have in Abia State?
I just told you that the YPP is pushing a narrative of new breed of politicians. And
who do you have in Abia State? Wasn't the same person a former PDP or APC aligned person?
Sorry?
Was the person you have in Abia State not a former PDP or APC aligned person?
He was a former PDP person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't gave you a narrative.
And that's why,
because you are a PDP person.
And that's why people are saying your party is probably an SPV.
Injustice is meted on you. So don't mean you should stay there and die. My brother, I have, in my family, we are 4 in number. I'm the last born of my child of my house. 3 of all my siblings, I was born in a Catholic home. My father, till he died, he was a Catholic, Catholic, believer. And then 3 of these my siblings, now none of them goes to Catholic, many of them are Protestant. Does that make them? Are they not a family member of Kingsley Moghalu?
Okay. So you're saying in Abia State, who is the candidate you have in Abia State? That was a former PDP person.
We have engineer, a great man, young man. I'm going to send you the picture of the young man.
Okay.
And then Chima Anyaso. 2 great young men.
Chima Anyaso, where is Chima running from? Isn't Chima too a former PDP or APC person?
I just told you that Chima is running with the governorship candidate as his running mate. These are people, I just told you, great men of wisdom have just issued a statement. He says, if injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes a duty. The people who want to resist injustice.
Okay, so you've got a presidential candidate. A lot of people say you people have not been campaigning hard in the YPP, that it doesn't look as though your presidential candidate is ready this time. He has not been seen in any debate platform. At least Kingsley Moghalu still made it to the final debate the last time. But this time around, they've seen nothing from your candidates. Abdul Malik Ado. What's wrong with your party this time?
Okay. When we have thank you. You are touching the presidential candidate angle.
In fact, you had to write a letter to Malik Ado Ibrahim that if he doesn't take his campaign seriously, that he will have to come and answer for that at the party. You know, you guys had to write him at a point. So he has not done well in you guys' estimation as regards his campaign.
Okay, you see, there's one thing in life, and that is nature, which me, in my philosophy, in the way I think I allow people to operate within the confines of the nature of life, which is you have your freedom. But however, the party has its own, mechanism or policy, how we operate. Malik Ado Ibrahim emerged the presidential candidate of the party. And yes, at the point we sent a letter to him, it was a unanimous decision of the NWC who met and asked that, what is happening to our presidential candidate that he has not been seen in one or two places, or he's not been, raising the bar like what we had in 2019. And that necessitated to writing him just a letter, a moral body. Just a letter and ask, okay, can you come around? Let us just discuss what are the issues. And then we brainstorm together. It's a family affair. What are the issues? And he honored the invitation. He came. And frankly speaking, we had a very fruitful discussion. And the young man gave us his own challenges from one point to the other, which to us, we feel that if this man has come, honored this invitation, and has given us the very, very key reasons, bullet points of why he has not been able to start pushing vigorously. And there's one word he used. He said, my chairman and my fellow colleagues or comrades, we still have time to change the narrative, to do something better. And you must give a man benefit of that. If he has told us so, we're still holding up to that his word. Don't forget that we still have the whole of December and January to campaign.
But Mr. Amachree, you are holding on to his word of a presidential candidate, but he has not done anything. That letter was about over a month ago. Since then, we have not seen any campaign ad. We've not seen any campaign material. He has not attended any town hall or debates.
No,
he has not been visible.
We've tried to put up together a think tank team about the campaign.
But we have not seen any results as regards that. So a lot of people are saying maybe YPP candidate is not serious. We are not seeing like we're seeing the buzz with Moghalu.
The finances also are one of the issues that we're trying to work together and see how. But like as I speak with you, there is a blueprint. Very soon we're going to unleash that blueprint, and I can tell you that by the time we start our own campaign, all fingers are not equal. We cannot be compared, like I just told you, financially with the PDPs and the APC. Bring APC and PDP to the other side. Take us.
As your presidential candidate in the YPP, as your presidential candidate in the YPP, has he released his manifesto?
Whether he has released his manifesto?
Yes.
You see, this manifesto we are talking about, my brother.
Has he released his manifesto, sir?
Yes, and you can call him and also confirm that.
Okay, because there's been no. That's why I'm just asking you that there's been no major talk about it in the media.
Even you, Rufai, as my very good friend, I wish that you will also help in reaching out to some of us that are not.
No, that's why I'm reaching out to you and giving you the plan. At least now, a lot of people will remember.
Malik, bring him to your because it looks like the attention is only given each time we hear you on your TV or radio, you'll be hearing the rate is only 4 persons. Even the media are already giving them a plus. A plus is only 4 persons. You know? So some other candidates will also feel demoralized. They also feel demoralized.
I mean, this is going to be an opening. I think I've only been the person that has given all the candidates a chance. I've had the candidates of other political parties show already, and I've also had Malik on my show, on this show you're talking on 2 different occasions. So that's to show that we give everybody a chance. But apart from me having him alone, there's also something called the media buzz. You know, we're not hearing a lot of the media buzz, you know, around him. And at least, even if it's 1 rally or 2 you can afford, be in the news. You know, that's also the thing we tell a lot of candidates. You must constantly be in the eyes of the people for this conversation. One thing I can guarantee you is that there was going to be rally. I'm aware that the team is working on even starting to start the rally even from the south. I'm aware that they are already penning down Delta State, Warri, or either Warri or Asaba to decide to go reach out. So these plans. The plan is going on. It's going on. But like I just told you, even the big wigs, how many of them are going out with a rigorous campaign? Okay, but you also have a vice presidential candidate called Kasarachi. You know, can you tell us more about that man? Can you tell us about the vice presidential candidate of your party, Kasaraki?
Kasarachi is a young man, also a business entrepreneur. He's into, properties, you know. So I feel, and the beauty about it is that he's a young man, a new breed coming with new faith, you know, to come and help build the country of our desire. So Kasarachi, all I can say about him more is that he's a young man that I know. Like, if given the opportunity, he represents the youth democracy of this country. That's number 1. Number 2, he has the requisite skills and knowledge to also contribute to the business of nation building, you know, as a running mate to Prince Malik Ado Ibrahim. That's all I can say.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're looking forward to your presidential campaign. Anyway, in terms of some of your governorship seats, you're already doing well. Gershon Bassey is getting some momentum in the state, but it's just your presidential candidacy that has been very cold. Your presidential candidate has been very cold as regards campaign. Comrade, I'd like to say a very big thank you, you know, for having time out with me today on the show right here, you know, to talk about YPP, the chance of YPP, and every sundry issue around YPP and the progress of the young people, a young progressive party. Thank you so much, Comrade, for your time.
I am honored.
Thank you.
I'm very, very honored. Thank you for according to me this great opportunity to speak on your platform. And I'm always available.
Thank you so much. And I'll call you from time to time so that I will still call you back in December so we can get, you know, a hang of what is happening as regards your political party. And this is an extension to other political parties. Small, there are 18 political parties in this process. We don't think the race is about 4 political parties alone. So if you're out there, you want fair representation, just send me a mail, rufaiseni@gmail.com, and I will definitely bring you on so that you get a chance. So it's an open invitation to all political parties for the sake of balancing. Thank you so much, Comrade.